AC Milan were once the most dominant side in Italian football and one of the most feared teams in all of Europe. But despite no major honours, in 9 years they're beginning to look like a real force once again. Stefano Pioli's side are off to a flyer this season, top of the Serie A and still unbeaten, and with some great young talent at the San Siro, the fans are now starting to believe it's only a matter of time before they get back to where they belong. So in today's FIFA 21 challenge, we see just how quickly we can restore the Italians to European glory and try to win the Champions League with Milan in just 3 seasons. 4-star team. Not the biggest of transfer budgets, and in a league where Juventus have been absolutely dominating for several years now, this is going to be a challenge and a half, but I'm looking forward to it. Forza Milan. I wouldn't necessarily say the team needs a major rebuild, but it does need some work doing to it if we are going to win the Champions League in 3 years. The young talent to look out for though, Sandro Tonali coming in this year from Brescia. I really like Theo Hernandez at left back, Gigi Donnarumma the goalkeeper, and Rafael Leao off the bench as well. Positives going forward, but we need improvement in the first season. And again, it's not a big starting budget either for a club of Milan's stature, just 33 to 38 mil. That doesn't get you much in today's footballing world. So we need to spend our pennies wisely, and one of the best ways to do that is to recall good players from loan. I'm going to bring back Caldara from Atalanta and Laxalt from Celtic. They're both good enough for our bench, and it only costs about 700 grand to do this as well, so it just makes sense economically. And just 2 players on the transfer list as well, Mattia Masaccio and Antonio Donnarumma, 2 29-year-olds. And as we sell Masaccio right off the bat to Atalanta for £11 million, that bumps our transfer budget up to around 45 to 46 million, and I would say in the first season with Milan, the area to strengthen is the wide midfield. We play a 4-2-3-1, and I think we need a new, young, talented winger here. Several names on the shortlist: Christian Pulisic, Vinicius Jr., Zykankov, Leon Bailey, Rodrigo, and Sarr from Watford as well. Let's see what the clubs want for them. Well, I'm off to a tough start. Pulisic and Vinicius Jr. were my top 2 targets, but Frank Lampard and Zinedine Zidane are not playing nice in the negotiations. They want way too much money, and in the first season, quite frankly, we just don't have that cash. I've just negotiated pretty decent deals with Zykankov and Leon Bailey though. I think the Zykankov one was just shy of 45 million and Bailey's is 38.5 mil. That could be an absolute bargain for the rapid Jamaican. Well, just like with Vinicius, Zidane does not want to let Rodrigo go on the cheap, so sadly that deal's not going to come off either. But I have just negotiated a £39 million deal with Watford for Sarr, and he is a fantastic young talent. He, I think, is the guy I'm going to go for. Bailey is 2 ratings higher, but I think Sarr probably has a little bit more potential, and the reason I'm opting for him is because his wages are absolutely dirt cheap as well, and that's what we want to do with Milan too. Restructure the wage bill here, as there are quite a few players on very big contracts. 28.5 grand a week is absolutely nothing in today's footballing world on a 5-year deal, so gotta manage these finances as strictly as we can. And as I've just negotiated the sale of our Bosnian midfielder Krunic to Argentina for £4.5 million, that fee plus the season ticket money we get for playing at the San Siro bumps our budget up to around 30 million in total. And I'm going to use this money to try and assemble an Italian core here with Milan. I want a load of good homegrown youngsters that we can develop into stars for the future. This is where my Roma career mode from last year comes in handy. I know quite a few players to target. First up, Nicolo Zaniolo, £15 million deal negotiated with Roma, 19.5 grand a week. He could already go in our first team. I like Theo Hernandez a lot at left back, a really good young talent, but Diogo Dalot is only on loan here from Manchester United, and Luca Pellegrini will be a great understudy for the Frenchman. Valuation deal accepted, Pellegrini also in on a 5-year deal, only 72 rated, but lots of room to develop. And I love developing young goalkeepers on FIFA career mode as well. Carnesecchi, only 66 rated, but only 20 years old as well. Long way to go, could easily become our backup for Donnarumma. And last, but certainly not least, if you watched my Brescia club and country save, you'll know all about this guy. The goal machine, Sebastiano Esposito. Of course on loan from Inter Milan, but in the game registered as an official SPAL player. 2.1 mil is the fee. He's in on a 5-year deal. One to watch, no doubt about it. We love you, Sebastiano. And I think we'll leave it there. 7 mil remains in the budget. We'll carry that over for next season. And just selling 2 players in the end, Krunic and Masaccio leaving in their mid to late 20s. But the players we bought in, we've got Sarr as a starter, Zaniolo possibly as a starter, but Carnesecchi, Pellegrini and Esposito as young Italians coming through. And when you look at the team as a whole, I'd say now we've got more depth and we've made it younger as well. But of course, as we know, there's not much time for us to become one of the best teams in the world. So we need quick development from this Milan team right from the get-go. Let's simulate the first half of the season, see how we're getting on in January. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're out of our Europa League group and in the top 4 as well. Let's find out. So just about to enter January. Here's the moment of truth then. Are we in the top 4? Yes, we are indeed. 6 points off our rivals Inter, who lead the way, but 39 points on the board in our first 17 games. Only 2 losses, and currently 6 points clear of Juve, who currently sit in 5th. That's a very impressive first half of the season. I knew we got for our group in Europa League, because I was watching the simulation go through. We got Club Brugge in the round of 32 then, and yeah, we won 5 out of 6 games, so topped the group with no losses, and it's the Belgians in the first knockout round. We have lost 2 of our youngsters that were here on loan. Diogo Dalot going back to Manchester United, and Brahim recalled by Real Madrid as well. So 2 of our players leaving midway through the season, but I'm liking the progression of the team in the first season, I must say. The players we brought in, everyone's grown, apart from Sebastiano. Carnesecchi has grown by 1 rating. Pellegrini also has grown by a rating as well. Zaniolo's off to a great start. 4 goals in 15 games and has grown by 2. Sarr's got 4 goals in 14 and also grown by 2. Plenty of time for Sebastiano, but hopefully kicks on in the second half of the campaign. Still good first half of the campaign. Youngsters developing nicely and in second place as well. Let's simulate the second half of the season. Can we win the Europa League? Can we stay in the top 4? Let's find out. Forza Milan. Well, I'm feeling kind of blue because I know we definitely didn't win the Europa League, but in the Serie A, in our debut year, yes, get in. We did stay in the top 4. Inter, champions in the first season to save 93 points in season 1. But for us to get 86 points and finish runners-up, that's very impressive. Great start to the save. As for the Coppa Italia, I know we didn't make the final, where Juventus were the cup winners this year. We were knocked out in the quarterfinals by our rivals on penalties. And as for the Europa League, I saw in the simulation, we were knocked out in the first knockout round by Club Brugge, which is quite embarrassing really. Arsenal were the eventual winners of the competition, but to be honest, we were expected to reach the final. The fact we didn't get out of the first knockout round is, I must say, very disappointing indeed. Not really too fussed though. The Europa League was only important to me if we failed to qualify for the Champions League via finishing in the top 4, which we did, so that made the competition kind of redundant. And the progression in the first season was really good as well. Carnesecchi and Pellegrini both growing by 2 ratings in the first season. Zaniolo had a stormer in the first season too. 15 goals in 36 games and grew by 4 ratings as well. Sarr grew by 5 ratings to 83 overall with 16 goals and 7 assists in 35 Serie A games. All I can say is I'm glad I didn't go for Leon Bailey. And Esposito, I suppose, was the only letdown in the team, only growing by 1. Regardless, good progression in the first season, not just from the signs we brought in, but from some of the young players that were here already as well. Romagnoli now 86 rated, Theo Hernandez 84, Donnarumma is already 89 rated as well. Very promising first season at the San Siro, and the most important thing is that Champions League football is back for AC Milan heading into season 2. 1 season down, 2 more to go, an encouraging start, but more work to be done in the summer transfer window. Alright, Season 2, Champions League is back, and we've got some tough objectives for our second year. Reach the semi-final of the Champions League, win the Serie A. The board ain't messing around for Season 2. The budget is really big though, and that is a great help. 82 to 85 million in total, much bigger than last year. And when you look at the progression of our team that we made in Season 1 as well, and the fact we're a young squad that's only going to get better over time, I'd say based on the fact we were runners-up in the Serie A last season, there's no reason we can't hit those objectives, but we will need to strengthen. And I think looking at this team, we need a new striker. Zlatan has just retired. I think we need a new goal scorer up top to propel us to glory in Europe and Italy. I'm not sure we'll sell anyone this year either. Kier and Donnarumma are both on the transfer list, but Simon Kier is going to retire at the end of the season, so we probably won't be able to sell him. And as for Donnarumma, that deal's about to go through now as he agreed to join Norwich last season as well, so I don't think we'll sell anyone this year. However, we do need that class striker straight away, and I've got 4 names on the shortlist. Gabriel Jesus now at Dortmund, Richarlison now at Lyon, Dembele now at Leicester, and Victor currently still at Napoli. And as much as I love Jesus, that deal was never going to come off. 105.8 mil is what the Germans wanted, and I was not going to play ball with that one. But for Richarlison, 82 mil negotiated with Lyon, that'll be all our money, but he is a class player. However, I'm not going to splash all of my cash on that one player because I've just negotiated a £50 million deal with a Nigerian striker, Victor Osimhen of Napoli, and I'm going to bring him in on a 5-year deal, 80 grand a week as well. He had a great goal-to-game ratio when out at Lille. He spent 1 season at Stadio San Paolo, and now we've brought him in. Victor is our new number 9 up top, and I think I've made the right call there as well because it still leaves us around 32 to 33 mil in the budget. He is better than Rebic and younger as well, and he'll have bags of potential, and he's rapid too. So I think financially speaking, again, we're spending our pennies wisely. That was the best deal we negotiated out of the 3. Interesting bid here for Diego Laxalt, 15.7 mil from Ajax. And I've just squeezed an extra 800 grand out of the Dutch club as well, and he is on his way to Amsterdam. So I said I wasn't going to sell anyone, but I've now sold our Uruguayan left midfielder, which again, I think is probably a pretty decent deal financially speaking, as he was a backup winger. So after that sale there, that bumps our budget up to around 42.8 mil. And with the season ticket money coming in as well, we've now got over 60 million to spend on another new player as well. Let's bring someone else in. And considering the fact that Sarr grew by 5 ratings last year and was really impressive in the Serie A, I'm going to get another new winger to play on the other side. Dembele of Barcelona, Rodrigo of Real Madrid, or Pulisic of Chelsea. I think Dembele we could get on the cheap. And the reason why is because his contract is up come the end of the year. And that's just a very simple tip for you guys that play FIFA career mode. To get valuation players, you want to look for the players their deal's up in 12 months time. Ordinarily, the club will always accept a valuation deal. Same in this case. Zidane can get stuffed though. 95.5 mil for Rodrigo. Get out of my office, Zizou. However, for Christian Pulisic, I've just put in a 55 mil bid, and Frank Lampard did accept it as well, which I believe was the same fee we negotiated last season. So now I've got a choice. Do I want the American Christian Pulisic or Dembele of Barcelona? Dembele is 2 years older, but also 2 ratings higher, and I think I'm going to go for him. Both fantastic young talents, but since we need to win the Champions League next season, I want the players that are currently better right now. Dembele is in 57 mil, absolute bargain for the 5-star man that can play on both sides of the wing. And now Castillejo will drop to the bench with Ousmane on the left and Sarr on the right. I think going forward, we've got a very lethal attack. And a very simple tip for you guys as well. If you want to get rid of the exclamation mark on a player that's playing outside of their current role, if you adjust a position by pressing square and then drop it down in the same place, you can choose the role that's in the player's list of positions. Really simple way to get rid of the exclamation mark. And we are done for transfers in the window. Nothing remaining. One sale is Laxalt goes to Ajax, but Osimhen and Dembele coming in for a combined total of 107 million. It makes our team younger, it makes our team better, and I really like our attacking front 4 as well. Dembele on the left, Sarr on the right, and Zaniolo playing in behind the Nigerian Osimhen as well. I'm not sure if we can reach the Final Four of the Champions League in our debut year back in it, but I think we've got a chance. Let's simulate to January, see how we're getting on. Milan back in the big time. How are we doing come January time? So, here we are. First things first, how are we doing in the Serie A? Asked to win it this year, and we are indeed top. 17 games in, 7 points clear of Lazio in second and Juventus in third. Last year's winners Inter are in fourth with 9 points clear of them as well. So far so good. And as for the Champions League, I know we got through our group and we've got Barcelona in the last 16 as well. I was totting up the wins as I was going through the simulation. We topped the group then, 3 points clear of Bayern. Wasn't sure who won it and finished runners up. We were through. We've got Barcelona in the last 16 though. Very tough tie indeed. And I'm overjoyed with our new signings as well. Dembele's grown by 2 ratings, up to 86 overall, 8 goals in 17. Victor Osimhen is also up by 2 to 84 overall, 7 in 15 in the Serie A, and a perfect 6 from 6 in the Champions League group stage as well. And this team is developing really nicely indeed. Our first 90 plus rated player, Gigi Donnarumma, 91 overall. This team is more than good enough now, I believe, to stay top of the Serie A, win it, and reach the Final Four in the Champions League as well. Those are our objectives. Let's simulate the end of the season and see if we've done it. I feel confident. Forza Milan, let's go do it. Well, Final Four. Oh, we've just lost the first leg to Liverpool at the San Siro in the semi-final as well. I saw us get through Barcelona and Dortmund in the quarters, but Liverpool beat us at the San Siro. I love the fact you can see the results now as you're simulating through. And as for the second leg at Anfield, what a shame we lost that as well. So no further, but still very happy with that. pretty gutting, but that was our Champions League objective, Final Four. There is a Coppa Italia final here against Inter, which we've lost on penalties as well. Heartbreaking, dumped out of the Final Four in Europe and then lose the final to Inter on penalties. My oh my. Well, did we still stay top of the Serie A? Let's stop the simulation here and find out. Did we at least get a silver lining? Yes, we did indeed, and that is something then. We do top the tree, we've got our first honour of the save, and we are Serie A winners in Season 2. Inter, who won it last year, 3 points behind. We were a whopping 17 points clear of Juve in 4th as well. That's a really, really good second season. Second highest scorers in the league as well, so our attackers coming in have really proved their worth already. There's your confirmation. Inter did indeed pip us on penalties to the Coppa Italia to prevent a domestic double. And as for the Champions League as well, you saw it there, knocked out of the semis by Liverpool, who have gone to the final as well. I'll show you the path to the semi-finals as well. There was that fixture against Dortmund in the quarter-finals in the round of 16 as well. We did so well to overcome Barcelona 4-1, but I'll show you the winners in the end then, who won the Champions League, but sadly it wasn't us this year. I'm happy with that though. That was our objective this season after all. And as for our new signings coming in, Dembele going up by 3 ratings in the first season, Victor going up by 4 to 86 overall with 16 goals in 36 Serie A games. Sarr is absolutely bossing it, 19 goals and 12 assists in 38 games. He was the top scorer in the Champions League as well. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, by the way, was the top scorer with Roma in the Serie A this year, pipping Ronaldo. I don't know why, but I love that. And to be honest, whilst there was heartbreak in the Coppa Italia final and the Champions League Final Four as well, that is a really good season. We hit all 3 of our objectives in the end, got our first piece of silver in the Serie A, and the team is progressing so nicely. Gigi now 93 overall, Romagnoli 89 overall, our new signings looking so good, and I gotta say I am very confident we can win the Champions League next season as well. First trophy in the cabinet, heartbreak in the Coppa Italia, but for Season 3, I don't see why we can't win the Champions League. I believe we can do it. Come on. And as Season 3 has now begun, I would say if we don't win the Champions League, we've failed. The objectives in Season 3, reach the final of the Champions League and win the domestic double, which we were so close to doing last season, and we've 121 million in the budget as well. Yep, I think it's Champions League or bust this year. And when you look at our starting 11, it's class all over. Donnarumma is now 93 rated. Romagnoli and Sarr are on the cusp of 90 as well. The weak link is at centre-back Caldara, 81 overall. So that's the position I'm going to look to strengthen this year. I want a well-class centre-half. And with the money we've got, it's basically whoever I want. And I've got 3 players on the shortlist. Aymeric Laporte of Manchester City, Milan Skriniar of our rivals Inter, and Niklas Süle of RB Leipzig as well. And I think with Skriniar's deal out come the end of the year, he's the one we should get. Let's bring him in. 83 million is the fee we arrange. You gotta love those valuation deals. And Skriniar is in on a 5-year, 105 grand a week contract to join the list of players that have played for both AC and Inter Milan, including Zlatan, Balotelli, Clarence Seedorf, pretty sure Pirlo played for Inter as well. So Skriniar's in great company on that list and in great company here as well. 88 rated, 27 years old, and thus in his prime. He and Romagnoli should be a great partnership at the back. Our defense looks a lot stronger now. And we still got quite a bit of money left as well. 37 million, and Southampton want to take Shalanolu to St Mary's for 2 mil, but give us Nathan Redmond as well. And I think I'd rather have the cash. I do like the fact clubs will now offer you one of their players in exchange for yours in an initial offer, but you've got to be honest here, like most of the time, you just don't want the player they're giving you. I'm going to ask for 16 million, that is the valuation, and Southampton say yes, so 16 mil, that's more valuable to me than 2 mil and Nathan Redmond. I'd rather have all the money. And as that deal has now gone through, 13 million added to our budget, and with the season ticket earnings coming in as well, we're now up to 75 million pounds in the transfer budget, and that gives us enough to make one big new signing. And I'd really like another central midfielder to compete with Tonali and Kessie, and Fabian of Napoli would be absolutely superb. Excellent passer and a jack of all trades, really. We should be able to get him for valuation, and we do indeed. 75 million is the fee, and the contract absolutely absolutely dirt cheap. 5 years, 68 grand a week. That's just nothing in today's footballing world. And Fabian is in as our new holding midfielder. I don't know whether he's going to end up better than Kessie, as Kessie is younger, but he is better now. So he'll slide in alongside Sandro Tonali, and we are done for transfers in the window. Just 3 in total, selling Shalanolu to St Mary's, but Fabian and Skriniar coming in. And with both players in their prime right now, this team looks absolutely fantastic. We've got that elite, world-class centre-half we wanted in Skriniar. Fabian is a step up from Kessie, and I certainly believe we've got what it takes to go all the way this year and win the Champions League in Season 3 as planned. So let's simulate until January and see how we're getting on halfway through the season. I believe Forza Milan. So January is here, and after winning the Serie A last season, we're top of the tree halfway through this season as well. It's very tight indeed. 1 clear of Inter Milan, 3 clear of Juve, and only 4 clear of Sassuolo in 4th, and 5 clear of Napoli in 5th. We might be top, but very tight indeed. Long way to go. And as for the Champions League, what? Where? Oh my god. Oh my god. What? We didn't get out of the group. We had 1 win in 6. Oh my word. I mean, we literally only scraped 3rd place. So we do go into the Europa League. We've got Lyon in the round of 32. But we might be top of the Serie A. But this was the year we were meant to win it all in the Champions League. And we got knocked out in the group. Well, there is absolutely no defending that. There is zero excuse for that. I can't believe it. I was literally so confident, and we didn't even make it past the group. Seriously? I mean, the team's looking good. Romagnoli's now in the 90s alongside Donnarumma, but we'll simulate the end of the season and see how he did in the Europa League. But I think now the only saving grace is if we win that, the Cup and the League as well. Otherwise, this season has been a catastrophic failure. Well, we are about to enter May. We've won the first leg of our Europa League semi-final against Valencia by 2 goals. No, the second leg is away at Mestalla. I'm going to simulate through this with you right now and see if we are going to make the Europa League final at least. And I feel confident, and there it is, our first European final. Manchester United at the end of the season. There's also a Coppa Italia final as well. So, on course for a treble as things stand. I've been totting up the wins as I've been simulating through, and I think we've only lost once in this second half of the season. Did just draw there, but I feel very confident we've retained the Serie A. But as for the Coppa Italia, last year was heartbreaking the final. And this year we win it 2-1, and we do indeed claim our first Coppa Italia of the safe. Hopefully that'll go along with the League and the Europa League as well, as we have just won the final day and head into the Europa League final against Manchester United. How we won this and got ourselves a European honour. Not the Champions League, but at least something. Yes, we did indeed. Europa League in the cabinet. And I suppose I can try and defend myself a little bit here. We have redeemed ourselves in some way. I thought we'd win the Champions League this year. In the end, it's the Europa League. And we did indeed win the Serie A as well. I felt confident. We only lost once in the second half of the season. And there it is right there. 12 points clear of Juventus. And we're Serie A champions back-to-back. Plus the Coppa Italia as well. Avenging our demons of last year to pick up a domestic double and win the Europa League as well in a treble of sorts, but not the treble we wanted. I wanted the Champions League, humbled in the group stage, but redeemed ourselves a little bit. But man, that is really disappointing. Manchester City won what we should have won this year, beating Barcelona in the final. And while Skriniar did grow by a rating and Fabian grew by 2, I believe, as well, the team showed excellent progression for the 3rd straight season. We've got quite a few players in the 90s now. Victor Zaniolo, Dembele, Romagnoli, of course, turned 90 during the season. And Donnarumma is now a 97 rated goalkeeper. And whilst I'm pleased we've retained the Serie A, won our first Coppa Italia and Europa League as well, I'll tell you what, that is still a failure of a season. Season 4, and we've got to win it next year. Just made myself a cup of tea, calm down a little bit, but I still can't believe a team of our quality was knocked out in the group last year. If we don't win the treble this season, I'm resigning. This is an absolutely incredible team. It's surely the highest rated in the game. And we're just shy of 155 million in the budget as well. I'm going to spend all my money in this transfer window on a new star right back. That's the weakest link in the team now. Conti at 86 overall, Calabria the bench right back at 79. With all the 90 plus rated players in this team and the quality we've got, yeah, we're the highest rated team in the game now, I would say. So if we are the highest rated team, then we want the highest rated right back to replace Conti. Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool, 24 years old, but already grown to 92 overall. Let's bring him in. And you know me, I'm a sucker for those valuation deals. 139.5 million makes him the most expensive defender in the world, and on a 5-year, £220,000 per week salary. It's an awful lot of money, but worth every single penny. Trent, welcome to the San Siro. And at 92 overall, there is no weak spot in our team now. Every player in our starting 11 is rated 88 or higher. This is an absolutely remarkable team. And obviously now we've got 3 right backs. We don't need Davi Calabria. So now we put a £15.9 million bid, and I'm going to accept this straight off the bat. We don't need him now. And with him going to the Stadio San Paolo for just shy of 16 mil, we get 13 million of that. And as I've simulated through to the first week before the new season begins, after the season ticket earnings come in too, we've got around 28 to 29 million pounds. And I'm going to sign a new backup goalkeeper to spend the remaining pennies as well. Don't really need one, but just in case Donnarumma goes down, a safe pair of hands on the bench is always good to have. And Italy have got a great crop of goalkeepers to choose between, whilst Emile Ordero, who you'll remember from our Brescia save, was a candidate. I've opted for Alessio Cragno from Cagliari. £26 million is the transfer fee, a much more reliable backup goalkeeper for Donnarumma, and a safe pair of hands to have on the bench. And we are done for transfers in the window. Cragno comes in as our new backup shot stopper, and Trent Alexander-Arnold to make our defence look even stronger. Now we have got a team that is surely unstoppable. I thought we were the best team in the world last season, but evidently not, getting knocked out of our Champions League group. But this season, I'll tell you what, we should never, ever, ever get close to that level of humiliation again. Let's simulate till January to see how we're getting on. Hopefully we're top of the table. Most importantly, hopefully we're through our Champions League group this time around. Forza Milan. So January is here. Here's the moment of truth. Are we top of the table and for our group? Well, 1 for 2. We are indeed top, 5 points clear of Juve. It's a real 2-horse race this season, unlike last year. Nobody else coming close to us and the old lady. And as for the Champions League, have we made it for our group? I feel confident. Yes, there we are. We got Borussia Dortmund in around the 16. Made it for our group then. Top of the group, 2 points clear of Ajax. And we are indeed into the first knockout round. I was a little bit nervous, but this time around, we do avoid the humiliation. New signings doing okay as well. Cragno now up to 84 overall, and Trent, while still at 92 overall, has done well in the Serie A, averaging a 7.4 and picking up 3 assists in his first 17 games. And when you look at the progression of the team as a whole, every single player in our starting 11 now is 90 rated or higher. A full team of 90 plus players, and so surely this time around we've got what it takes to reach our first ever Champions League final. Let's simulate to the end of the season and see if we've done it. Forza Milan. So we've made the semis, won the first leg against Paris Saint-Germain at the San Siro, second leg away in France. And I don't think we've done it. Oh, yes, we have. Yes, we have right there. It took a while to come, but there it is. Manchester City in the Champions League final. Because the second leg was right at the end of last month. And as for the Coppa Italia, we've just retained that as well, beating our rivals Inter in the finals. So are we on our way to a treble? We've certainly won 1 trophy, but I want to find out if we retain the Serie A and three-peat ahead of the Champions League final. Let's stop the simulation here, because I'll play that game as well and see if... Oh, hang on a second. I know it sounds kind of silly, but I wish EA would remove this little intro theme. You don't need it. It's only shown once a season as well. There's no need for it. But anyway, Champions League final will be against Man City. Before we play that, let's find out if we have retained our Serie A along with the Coppa Italia as well. Yes, we have indeed. Oh my word, 103 points. Is that a new record? I think it is. 33 wins in 38 and only 1 defeat as well, conceding just 15 times all season. And so that gives us a chance at the treble, which we wanted last season. Manchester City in the final, and with a full team of 90 plus rated players, I feel very confident indeed. Forza Milan, let's go win it. We're at one of my favourite stadiums in the game as well, the Olympiastadion in Berlin. And whilst we do have the highest rated team in the game, I don't think this will be easy. Manchester City's team is very, very strong indeed, and we've probably got the two best teams in the game at this point in the save as well. This could be quite a balanced and challenging final, but I do feel confident. Forza Milan, one season later, here we are. Tonali. And I see the run of Trent. Brilliant ball over the top. Go on, Trent. Go on, Trent. In you go. Go on, Trent. Go on, Trent. Oh, Ederson with the save. First chance falling to the Liverpool right back. Good save by Ederson. Still 0-0. Made a brighter start to the game. Feeling confident as we come forward on the offensive once again. The wingers getting involved quite a bit early. And as Fabian rolls it through to Victor. Golden chance for the former Napoli man. Yes, get in. And there's our first goal. Drills it past Ederson and the lunging Saul as well. And the Nigerian strike gives us the lead in Berlin. Great ball by Fabian. Lovely run by Osimhen. And a great finish as well. 1-0 Milan. Poor pass straight to Rodri. And as Jonathan David finds KDB, quick little 1-2 between the pair, and the Canadian gives Man City the leveller. Jonathan David sent forward, great assist by De Bruyne, and Man City with their first shot of the game have found their leveller. 1-1 right before the break. I feel like we were the better team in the first half, but I said it won't be easy, and it certainly hasn't been thus far. 1-1, level at the break, 45 minutes to go here in Berlin. Go on, Sar. Keep running. Keep running. Keep running. Trent, hold it up. Dink it over the top. There we go. In behind Aymeric Laporte. Golden chance here. Men across. Oh, no. What are you going to Zaniolo? Dembele. Saved. Oh, how did that stay out? Ederson with another great save. And Victor, I thought, had his second goal of the game. And, oh, in the nuts. Deflected by the testicles. Into the final 10 minutes. Extra time. Looming, but as Romagnoli wins it back. Zaniolo through ball. There we go. Victor. Oh, penalty, yes, penalty. Ederson trips Victor, one-on-one. Penalty for Milan in the final 5 minutes and a chance to win it all. Oh my. We won it, so we'll take it. Pressure right now. This to win the Champions League. Yes, get in. Ederson sent the wrong way, and that should do it. We've been a far better team, really. I'm surprised it's been 1-1 for so long, but that goal now restores our lead, and with 4 minutes on the clock, I think that should kill Manchester City off. Milan back in front, 2-1. Victor bags his brace and possibly delivers the Champions League as well. Pressure, what pressure. Sends us in the wrong way, 2-1 back in front, and I think that should do it. And there it is, it's all over, the Champions League in the bag, and we have done what we set out to achieve at the start of this save, albeit a season later than planned. I thought we could do it in 3 seasons. I didn't think I was being overly ambitious. With the players that Milan had to begin with, some really good talent that remained here as well. You know, Gigi Donnarumma becoming a 99 rated goalkeeper. I gotta love that, and I'll definitely show you the stats come the end of the episode as well. You know, obviously we had Theo Hernandez at left back, Romagnoli, who was the captain as well, Sandro Tonali coming in, Kessie as well. I felt confident we could do it in 3 years. We should have done it in 3 years, really, with the team we had last season, but better late than never. 1 season after we planned, Alessio Romagnoli lifts the Champions League, and we have done it. AC Milan restored to European glory, and the Italian Giants are back as one of the best in the world. And I would definitely say as well, with the team that we've got, we are the best team in the world now. A full team of 90 plus rated players. This is the first time I've done that. And again, when you think about the players we brought in as well that developed so well, Sarr in particular was the standout for me, and Zaniolo of course as well. I love the team we assembled, and rightfully so. AC Milan are once again European giants and back as the best team in the world. So it's done a year later than we planned. We are Champions League winners, and this is Gigi Donnarumma's stats. 99 overall, with some absolutely remarkable stats, including 99 diving, 99 reflexes as well, and the fact he's only 25 years old is just ludicrous. And we look at the progression of the team as well. Again, so many players here developed so nicely, including Theo Hernandez becoming a 94 overall player, Romagnoli 96 rated centre half as well. It really was awesome to see so many great players develop. And again, I talked about this in the last challenge I did with Everton. I really do believe that the training system that EA have implemented for this year is, I would say, slightly too overpowered. Possibly I'm in a minority with those that believe that, but I genuinely do believe that the training is a little bit overpowered this year. I do like it, don't get me wrong, and especially like the position changes you can do, but I just do believe that it's a bit too easy to grow players in a very short space of time due to the development plans you can set up. Regardless, it's the full Milan team. We end up with, again, a full starting 11 of 90 plus rated players. Sarr 93, Zaniolo 95, Fernandez 94 overall. Fantastic Milan team, and without a shadow of a doubt now, we are the best team in the world, no question about it. So that will end today's episode, and I hope you have enjoyed this FIFA 21 challenge. If you have, then please do drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Really enjoyed this one, and I'll see you for another FIFA 21 challenge on my channel very soon.